Good evening and welcome back to Let's Play Dreamfall Chapters. When we left off last time, we left Marcuria with Zoe, so just launched up my game. Okay, this is right where we were. Excellent. When I loaded it up, the last autosave was actually right before the scene where we rode off on our Alguan. So, I'm kind of bummed that we're not going to get to see the Reap Moon Festival, but oh well. At least it's kind of exciting to be on our way somewhere else, off to the Purple Mountains. So let's see what's going on with Kian. Hopefully we'll be able to rescue Bit.
How much longer will this journey take? Must be nearly a week now.
Wow.
It's been less than 2 days.
Oh, well.
And I'm beginning to regret bringing you along.
You're stuck in the cargo hold of a cloud ship with your worst enemy. How could you possibly have any regrets?
Liko, you are not my worst enemy.
People say you have no sense of humor. If there was ever a time to make peace with Liko, this is likely it. Maybe there's still a chance to create a bond between us.
I feel like there's already a bond. But yeah, it could be a good thing to try and smooth this over a bit. It's a little dicey. This seems like something that it's hard to say if Liko's going to take it well or if he's going to actually kind of be upset. He might be kind of deliberately not thinking too hard about the fact that Kian killed his father, because he does have reason to get along with Kian now. So he might be like kind of intentionally avoiding it, and then if we bring it up now, I don't know, it might backfire. But
we're on a mission. This is neither the time nor place to make peace with Liko. We already fight side by side. That's our bond. Besides, I'm tired.
Well, I mean, you do have a bond. Comrades fighting side by side, but I kind of feel like maybe we should... Oh, I might regret this, but I think we should attempt to make our peace.
Liko, I'm sorry about your father. I know that may not amount to much now, but I was a different person then. I was blind to the possibility that there could be more than one truth. There's been so much death on the road to this place. I murdered an innocent man during my escape from Friar's Keep. He begged me to, but I still don't know if I did the right thing.
I think that was the right thing.
When I visited his widow, she only had hate for me. She couldn't understand my reasons for doing what I did. I watched Balse Bakim bleed to death so that I could make my escape through a blood magic portal. I still wonder if his sacrifice was worth it. Have I repaid that debt? Shepard believes so. But many thought him a better man than I, so why did he have to die? I've murdered my own countrymen when I've judged them unworthy of life. What did I gain from these actions? What did it change? What would have been different had I acted differently? All of these choices, Liko, they add up. My soul is heavy. The others believe me unaffected because I carry on as if nothing happened. But their faces and voices are there when I close my eyes. Those deaths never leave me. No words can undo these deeds. There are no excuses for the wrongs I've committed. But I am trying to heal the wounds I've inflicted. It's a long journey, Liko. And
I know. When you arrived from Friar's Keep, I wanted you dead.
Really? I couldn't tell.
And people say you have no sense of humor.
They do?
You've been through much since then. I believe I know you. A little. You've taken up arms against your own people, risking shame, death, and your immortal soul. Because you believe they're misguided. It cannot be easy being hated and feared by both sides. I may still despise you because you murdered my father. I may still dislike you because you're an arrogant and intolerant shit. But I respect you, Kian. And I trust you.
Alright, I think this is a time to be serious. That's a big key decision, huh?
That trust goes both ways, Liko.
Well, I'm taking a nap. This half of the hold is mine. Stick to your side, or I may stab you in my sleep.
Don't worry. I've no intention of cuddling up next to you.
I think serious was the way to go. Because if we made light at that point after he was just so serious with us...
Are you awake?
Oh.
I wasn't. This has now
Then he might have taken
changed.
it badly, but...
Did I ever tell you how my society views people like us?
I don't believe so.
The Dole and Tiqua consider themselves tolerant and inclusive in all matters. And yet I've always had to hide who I am from my family and friends. If they knew the truth, I'd be ostracized. Tolerance, it seems, has its limits. But in the Resistance, no one cares. This thing we share, it doesn't change how they feel about us. It's strange. Strange, but liberating.
With the Resistance, you are who and what you decide to be, regardless of color and creed, gender and religion, and... I thought you loved April Ryan.
I did. I do, but... not like that. She was someone I cared deeply about and always will. But I could never have shared my life with her. I still miss her every day. She gave me strength.
Nah, I'm going back to sleep. We have a long day ahead of us tomorrow.
A day of sitting in the dark, bickering about who passed gas?
Like I said, a long day.
But what about April and all that? How did she feel? Did she feel she could have shared her life with him? Was she... So does he sometimes... He sometimes likes men. Does he like both men and women romantically? Or is he saying he exclusively has romantic feelings for men? And April was... So what was April to him? And what was he to her? Was she... I don't know. I'm worried about her. Was she like fooled in some way, thinking there was some deeper relationship there that there never could have been? That sucks.
Oh!
Oh!
Well, fuck. Oh, I mean, that hurt.
I would imagine
Never trust
so.
an Elguan. Cowardly cows.
Oh, something must have spooked it. What do we do now?
Well, continue on foot, I
This
suppose.
place looks familiar. I think we're close. In fact, I think we're...
Leave! Go, or I'll call the others!
Oh, hey, fella.
Whoa, hey there, I'm friendly and unarmed.
You're human. You can't be Bird? Crowbird?
Hello? Hey, you're that fretful furry thing we met the first time we came through here. Ben... Franklin.
Ben Bandu. This isn't the same human who accompanied you last time.
No, but I'm another
This
good
is
one.
my new human. She's mostly harmless.
My
Say
new
hello,
human.
Zoe. Don't be rude.
Oh, and we're going to get a journal entry about Ben Bandu. Excellent. It's nice to see a familiar face. Okay, well, I'm kind of a little disappointed that we didn't get any update on the status of Bip, but he's on his way. He's still working towards it. So, okay, I am excited to continue.
We don't have time to
What's
chat
up,
with the
please go down.
locals. We're on a mission.
The locals are probably key to helping us complete the mission because we don't know exactly where we're going.
I have no idea who or what this creature is. For all I know, it's associated with the Yaga.
Actually, we do have an idea. No, Zoe didn't see the mole. Kian did. Okay, but we don't need to be suspicious.
I guess... Hello?
One thing I have to say about Zoe that I do appreciate about her is that she's very welcoming. She's willing to give pretty much anybody a chance for the most part, right? Like, sometimes I think she tries a little too hard, like the relationship with Reza, where she needed to just let it go and move on. And she does collect, like, or the way she tolerates Mira. Ultimately, I think Mira does probably like her and seems to care about her a little bit, but Mira's just a really nasty, prickly person. That's how she relates to people. She is not someone that I would give a chance to. I would very quickly decide this is not a person I want to spend any time with, and then I wouldn't do it. But Zoe's willing to... She takes a lot from people. She's willing to extend a lot of grace to people, and so I think she, because of that, was able to get a better understanding of Mira, and get maybe past a bit of that outer prickliness. Again, myself personally, if I met someone like Mira in real life, I don't want to hang around people that I have to get past an outside nasty defensive prickly layer to get to really know them and have them still always show their affection in insulting and often cruel kind of ways, right? I don't think that's a person that's not someone that it's worth it to me to be a friend with. But I do respect that Zoe, and so she comes across all kinds of interesting people, even if she doesn't necessarily agree with them. Like with Nella, and she's saying, well, Nella's more of a small doses kind of person because she can be a little much in big chunks. But even so, like, instead of just saying, okay, this lady's kind of a weirdo, I'm just going to find someone else to hang out with, she's willing to give pretty much anybody a shot at potentially being a friend. So she is a person.
I have no idea who or what this creature is.
Yeah.
For all I know, it's associated with the Yaga.
She's a likable person. I do like her.
I guess.
So
Hello.
we'll just say hello.
Hello. Are you the new Bandu Mbata?
Oh, I don't know about
Bamboo.
that. Maybe.
What? No, I have no idea. I'm Zoe.
You're a dreamer.
How do you just know
So
that?
they keep saying. I'm not very good at it. How did you know?
We live close to the dreaming here.
Oh.
Her dreams surround us.
Well, that sounds very promising.
Yaga.
That's it.
That sounds kind of
That's
freaky.
the one we're looking for, right, Zoe? The Yaga.
The Yaga concerns me.
You're looking for the Yaga?
Yeah.
On purpose?
Well,
Are you mad?
a little bit.
Oh, I'm not. Her? I'm not so sure about.
You know the Yaga.
She
Does
lives
he
in
know
this
her or she knows
forest.
of her?
We do not speak her name. She's mean.
She's a wicked witch. Baba Yaga? Does she live in a house on chicken feet? That's what I want to know. Does she fly around in a mortar and pestle?
Teddy Bear probably knows more about the Yaga. We'll save time if we ask the Ewok to show us the way to the Yaga. We need to find her right now, but we can't bring Furball with us.
3 different ways of referring to this fella. No, we have time to talk to him, and especially considering how hesitant he is and how little we know about the Yaga, we should get all the information
Teddy
we
Bear
can.
probably knows more about the Yaga.
Don't call him Teddy Bear, though.
Who is she?
The Yaga? She's old. Really old. She's been around since long before my people came to this forest. Once, she had many servants. Witches, warlocks, evil ones. Like in the stories told by the elders. But her servants are all gone now. So she woke up and crossed into our world. She doesn't belong here, but she's lonely.
Where does she belong? Where's her world?
Hungry.
Hungry. Great. Well, we still have to find her. She has the Soul Stone.
The Soul Stone? I've heard of the Soul Stone. The Yaga took it from the fallen fortress of her warlock.
Warlock? Roper Clax worked for the Yaga?
They all did. The Gribbler, Clax, all the evil witches and warlocks of the Northlands. But they're gone now. Just like my people. April Ryan imprisoned the warlock and killed the witch. She saved us all. But then the Azadi came with sharp blades and metal tubes that spewed fire. They murdered most of us. Some fled east. I'm the only one left here now.
I wonder if the
That's
mole is one of his
terrible.
people.
I'm so sorry.
If they're from the same
One
village.
day, they'll come back. All the surviving Banda. Until then, I watch over their burrows. And I sing. For them. For all of us. This Soul Stone. It's important?
Very.
You'll use it to fight the Azadi?
That's part of it, yes.
I'll take you to the Yaga. Or as close as I dare go to her lair, anyway.
Well, thank you.
Great! I was expecting you to say no, and by expecting, I mean hoping.
Does the bird always speak like that?
Oh, yes.
I'm afraid so. Lead the way, Ben.
Well, that's terrible what happened to the Banda, but this does give me a little bit of hope, right? He managed to survive. He's guarding the remains of their home, hoping they'll come back. The moles survived. There could be other survivors.
The Yaga's beyond the ridge. Once you cross that, you're in her realm.
You're not coming with?
Did you not hear me when I said she was hungry? No, I'm not coming with you. The walls of that place are thin, and she can smell my magic.
Can she smell dreamers?
A wise decision, tiny man. Come on, Zoe, let's turn around and head back with Ben. Maybe catch a fat squirrel and roast it for dinner?
This is what we came here for. If we don't get the Soul Stone...
Everyone dies, the world ends, no more Christmases, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, do they have Christmas in
I'm
Margaria?
so sick of walking into one perilous scenario after the other. After we're done with this one, no more adventures. I swear to the feather gods of old.
You'll know you're there when you see the Gribbler's old house. She was the witch who lived here before. The Gribbler served the Yaga, and that's where she came through from the beyond.
Will you wait for us, Ben?
I'll wait until nightfall. But if you're not back by then...
We'll be back.
And I had such a craving for crispy squirrel.
You know, Crow complains, but I think honestly, remember how excited he was when we first said we were going on an adventure? I think he's into this.
They've got that whole normal things that should look quaint and safe except they look horrifically scary thing down to a fine art. I'm not saying I won't cross it, but I do expect the bridge to do something terrible to me.
It doesn't look very sturdy,
They've
it's
got
true.
that whole normal things that should look quaint. That's a not at all reassuring shade of black. And what are those swirling things? Giant tadpoles? I don't want to know. Even the plants down there look like dead hands wiggling their cold, dead fingers. Welcome to nature. Prepare to be terrified. That's a not at all reassuring shade of black. And what are those Let's make sure our protagonist has to descend into terrifying darkness rather than walk into a brightly lit, flowery glade.
Yeah, there is quite a stark difference between these
Life
two
always
directions.
looks more inviting in the opposite direction of where I need to go. There's a lesson there, somewhere. Let's make sure our
Okay, I
protagonist
expect
has to
she won't
descend
actually
into
go this way.
terrifying
Yep,
darkness
invisible
rather
wall.
than walk into a brightly lit, flowery glade. Naked, twisting branches blocking what little light there is. Check. If this was the entrance to a haunted house, I'd say they'd gone overboard. Naked, twisting branches blocking what little light there is. Check.
All right, well, we made it across the bridge and it didn't break, so that's a plus.
This is all very grim. I'm expecting an evil queen and a sleeping beauty at any time. Thorny bushes are never a good sign, really. There's just no place for that in a happy story.
Well, these are cool. These pitcher plants or whatever they are over here. Oh, you know what? We have new characters to check on. I am behind the time. Yeah, look at this. Okay. So, we read about Crow. But we have not yet read about Brian Westhouse, who has lived in Arcadia for decades, but he was born in Boston in 1902. In 1934, Westhouse attempted to travel across the divide between the twin worlds of Stark and Arcadia, but something happened to him. He was stuck, in his own words, between worlds for a while, only emerging into Arcadia hundreds of years later. Realizing he might never be able to return to his own world, he made a life for himself there. Westhouse met and advised April Ryan on her first shift to Arcadia, and a decade later he bumped into Zoe Castillo on her first visit. He helped both women understand and cope with the reality of a magical world and assisted them on their adventures. A born traveler, Westhouse has spent most of his life exploring worlds. He's seen much of Arcadia, and he's even been inside the Azadi Empire, a place few Northlanders have visited, and fewer still have returned from. Westhouse was last seen in the Dark People's City a year ago. Roper Clax was once a self-proclaimed evil wizard and dark alchemist who lived in a floating castle north of Riverwood. On her long journey across Arcadia to save the balance, April Ryan confronted Clax to free the wind he'd captured. To defeat him, she trapped Clax inside a calculator. After breaking out of his mathematical prison, Clax was apparently a reformed man, leaving evil wizardry behind to become a best-selling author, potions maker, and showman, and, he claimed, he harbored no ill will towards April. According to his autobiography, as a child, Clax was his neighborhood's hopscotch champion 3 years running. He studied at the Alchemist Academy, where he was a member of the Tic-Tac-Toe Club, graduating with dishonors. His secret passions are spelling and cooking. He surely harbors no dark secrets. None whatsoever. He's just your friendly neighborhood puppeteer. And here's Ben Bandu. 10 years ago, Ben Bandu, a young banda, a species derogatively called mole people by some humans, met April Ryan when she was traveling through Riverwood. April helped free Ben's brother from captivity by defeating the Gribbler, a terrifying forest witch in service of a greater darkness. Through her selfless act, she earned herself a place of honor in the bandit tribe. Ben Bandu is still indebted to April, and he'd like nothing more than to repay her kindnesses and help her friends. Oh, he's probably, because he doesn't live there in Mercury, he's probably another old friend of hers who does not yet know that she has died. Well, if it comes up, that's going to be rough. Oh, jeez, that startled me.
I don't feel very welcome. I mean, this isn't just a bad sign. It's all the bad signs, all at once, like a grab bag of ill omens. There are plenty of stones lying about. Let's just pick one and pretend it's the Soul Stone. It's not like anyone would know what it's supposed to look like.
Oh, Crow, you know it won't work that way. But yeah, this doesn't seem like a very... I mean, what's really our game plan here? We don't know that much about the Yaga. We know that we want a stone that she has. She's the ruler of all the big baddies, so it's unlikely that she would want to just hand it over to us. But also, I want to know more about her. She came from the beyond. Where did she come from? And all her servants are gone. What happened to all her servants? What are her motivations? And what is she? Is she related to the dreaming world? Because if so, maybe she will understand the importance of what we're doing, and maybe she could be an ally. So this is not a solid thing to base this off of, but stories I know about Baba Yaga is she's not always a wicked witch, right? Sometimes she can help people, a lot of times she doesn't. So she's a power to be feared, but not necessarily going to be an enemy. So maybe this Yaga is similar. Oh, this bridge looks a lot nicer.
I'm not saying I won't cross it, but I do expect the bridge to do something terrible to me.
Now this one looks way sturdier than the last one. For both of them still, I don't like that they don't have handrails. That always makes me feel a little nervous when I'm crossing any kind of bridge, but... that feels like she knows we're here. And she's kind of luring us in.
This looks like one of those pivotal moments where the audience is yelling at the heroine, "Don't go through the gate, are you crazy?"
Well, there's nowhere else to go, so we gotta.
Once I'm past that gate, there's probably no way back. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts. This looks like one of those pivotal moments where the audience is yelling at the heroine, "Don't go through the gate,
look at that moon.
Are you crazy?"
Nice.
I'm glad I have Crow here. Regardless of how useless he may be at times, he's still company. I'll take company over no company anytime.
I don't think he's ever useless. He does his best to help us whenever he can. He's got ideas. He talks things through with us. Yeah, he's complaining some and saying, "Oh, let's just leave," but he's not serious. He knows that we gotta do this.
Crow looks paler than usual. Even his feathers are losing colour. If he had a choice, I'm sure he'd fly out of here in a second, but he's sticking with me. He's braver than expected, I'll give him that.
Okay. So most of our things in here have been 2 observations, but let's make sure
I'm glad I have Crow
Okay,
here.
yep.
Regardless of how useless he may be at times, he's still company. I'll take company over no company anytime.
Oh,
What was...
my tiny bird heart. I have a bad feeling about this,
I mean, me
Zoe.
too, but still, this is what we gotta do. You freaked me out there, buddy. Didn't make a sound when it opened on its own, but when it... What the heck?
That's so not reassuring. And I used to like cats.
Those aren't cats, those look like foxes. Maybe, or are they cats? Oh, they are cats, they're just orange cats. They looked fox-like at a glance, but they don't have fox tails. They're just creepy kitties.
Nice kitties. Nice, red-eyed, terrifying kitties.
Have they been following me this whole time and I didn't realize?
That's so
Or did they
not
just pop up
reassuring.
now?
And I used to like cats.
Okay, Crow, I apologize for yelling at you about the gate closing and the noise you made. You were just freaked out. Oh my gosh. Okay, probably for the best that that didn't actually open. I don't know that we want Although they're cats, they could just hop the gate if they really want to get...
Nice kitties. Nice, red-eyed, terrifying kitties.
Okay. Yep, they are just all over it. Oh my goodness! Everywhere... Okay. There's more and more. Oh my god. Look at them all. Okay. Well, we'll just keep going down the path. Y'all are just staying back that way? Okay, it's a little reassuring.
Oh, leave. Turn around. Don't come any further. She's here. She's dangerous.
The ghost of someone trying to be helpful, or a trick by the Yaga, because she doesn't feel like dealing with us herself. All signs are indicating that this is dangerous and a bad place to be, but maybe it's not. Maybe she's trying to look fearsome,
Dark,
but she
scary
isn't
cave?
really.
No way to get around it? Fairy tale conventions never fail to make my life miserable.
All her servants are gone. She doesn't have all these wicked witches and wizards at her beck and call anymore. Maybe she's not so powerful anymore, and she's just kind of coasting along on her previous reputation.
Dark, scary cave? No way to get around it? Fairy tale conventions never fail to make my life miserable.
I mean, she is trying really hard to give us all the ominous signs.
I know this smell. Dog's doo-doo, incense, and rotting flesh. Smells like witches, all right.
That's what witches smell like?
Is it my imagination? Or is the light changing? Is it getting darker? Am I going blind? Help! Do you hear voices? I hear voices.
I did hear one
I don't
voice.
like disembodied voices. Disembodied voices are never a good sign.
I think this is a warning sign. This stuff basically spells turn around, go away, death and darkness ahead. But who heeds that kind of stuff?
I think probably a lot of people heed that kind of stuff. Ben Bandu heeds that kind of stuff. We're only not heeding it because we know that this is where the soul stone is and we need it. I don't know, more and more I'm wondering if maybe, because it's so over the top obvious, this is dangerous, don't go here. Like,
This could
she's
be the world's
certainly
best haunted house
not
ride,
trying to...
if it wasn't all real and fucking scary.
Yeah, and more it doesn't seem like she's trying to lure us in, because then she'd try, if she actually wanted us to come here, she'd try to make it seem not so dangerous. Maybe she's trying to scare us away. Or I might be misgauging entirely, and she might be the Wicked Witch everybody
What's
says she
worse
is,
than a
but
twisting path into darkness through thorny bushes and sharp, naked branches? A swamp. Of course there's a swamp.
I think a swamp is better than tight quarters in a cave, though.
The only thing stopping me from running in the opposite direction right now is knowing I'll have to pass through that cave again.
Hello, rickety bridges.
They're speaking. It's freaky. Are those the souls of lost children? If so, this place is even more horrifying than I'd imagined.
What a thing to immediately think, oh, must be souls of lost children. I mean, I guess lore about will-o-wisps could be, but they could be other things, too.
Poor things. They're speaking. It's freaky. I feel strange. I felt this way before when I was in a coma. Inside story time. I must be on the border between waking and dreams.
So that is where the Yaga comes from.
Is that where the Yaga lives? It looks like a house. I mean, a scary house, sure, but still just a house. Is that where the Yaga lives?
It looks almost
It
like
looks
hands
like a house.
reaching up above it.
I mean, a scary house, sure, but still just a house.
Maybe she's not really an enemy. If she's something with dreaming.
The Wicked Witch is gone, but she is here now.
Who?
She'll eat you up, like she ate all of us. She tricked us. She trapped us. She cooked us. She ate us. We're the children that never left. It's too late to save us. Save yourself. Go!
But in stories about will-o-wisps, they lead you astray. So can I really trust what they're saying? Or again, is this just an attempt to make me leave? When really there isn't a danger.
No! Turn around! Don't do it! Don't wake her! She's sleeping. Leave her be! You'll be trapped here with us forever and ever and ever.
Weeds and vines, covering everything. This almost feels intentional, like someone's trying to cover something up. Weeds and vines.
Yeah, let's get in here.
Covering everything.
First, can we do any more interacting with these, or is it just, oh, I didn't realize I could walk off I did not expect that. Okay, I can't go that far into the swamp, though. At least not on that side. Okay. Well, now I wonder if I should have tried to go off some of the other bridges. I didn't realize the game would even let me. I thought I was stuck on the bridge. Let's get in here and see what it's all about. This is either going to be not a big deal at all, or it's going to be really bad.
What bothers me?
I would have just snuck in and not knocked.
Bothers the Yaga.
Okay, so maybe not just a house after all.
Well, we're going in.
Okay, so maybe not just a house after all. You have something that's not yours.
Ooh, she's going all assertive about it.
Not until you give me the soul stone.
There's an eye blinking.
Speak of.
This house is ahead.
My whole body's tingling. I can change things. I can manipulate this dream. Cool.
Then we should. Let's change this around. Alright, I want to get closer to this window, which is a blinking eye.
Are those the souls of lost children? If so, this place is even more horrifying than I'd imagined. What's worse than a twisting path into darkness through thorny bushes and sharp Crow looks paler than usual. Even his feathers are losing color.
Alright.
If he had a choice, I'm sure he'd fly out of here in a second, but he's sticking with me.
Aren't you gonna do something?
He's braver than expected, I'll give him that.
Well, I was going to talk to you.
We can't leave without the soul stone, right? Maybe we can. How about we go east and keep going until we're far away from anything that can ever hurt us, and we build a little house with a garden and... No. Once again, I got nothing. This is all on you, Zoe.
Alright, I just want to...
Aren't you gonna do something?
Okay, now you're repeating. Excellent. So, I can't get to that window, I don't think. Maybe. Can I? Do I need to just try a little harder? Man, it seems like my other option is just to keep clicking on that door. I'm impressed that she was so confident to say, you have something that's not yours. Like, I thought she would try to maybe ease into this a little bit more, but no, she's just going for it. Not afraid of the big talking house. Oh, here we go, yeah. So, let's manipulate this dream, because we can.
There are 3 minds in there. But which one's the Yaga? I can hear several voices, all of them angry.
And who are the 2 that aren't
loud,
the Yaga?
So strong, I can't keep listening. She's too strong.
Okay. Oh, here she goes. Fully woke up now, huh? Alright.
We are here at the end of things.
No chicken legs.
I Let me go, you bitch!
She's awake. We told her to go.
You did tell me to go.
Get away.
All right. What do we have?
She's trying to kill me.
She is.
Stop this. I don't want to fight you. I just want to talk to you.
I don't think she cares. Okay. Ooh, there's our tattoo spell. Oh, bet she didn't like that. Well, I'm not gonna, so what do you want to do instead? I'm a little concerned. If she strikes again, it might not go well for me. What do I want to do here?
I think I need to get through that door.
Yeah, I gotta figure out how. Okay. Okay, so I gotta slow her down, maybe. Ooh. Yeah. Alright, I lucked out and that worked. Okay, that's... Hold on, Zoe. Yikes. Okay, I like the Yaga. She's pretty cool. I thought it might be more of a Baba Yaga thing, and I was totally wrong. She absolutely is a threat, but she's a pretty cool threat.
Oh, this sucks. Wait, the sky? Is this story time? But it's not like how I remember it. It looks... older. It looks a lot older.
Yeah? Alright. And there's an autosave, so this is a good spot to wind things down. So we'll end this here. And then next time, well, it looks like the only thing to go to is the light up ahead. So we'll go into the heart, well, maybe more like, since it was her head, the mind of the Yaga, perhaps. I would like to get a better look at her, and I want to know, who are these other two minds in here with her as well?